The man likely to be Britain's next Prime Minister, Andy Burnham, has been sworn into Parliament hours after Keir Starmer resigned from the top job. The former Manchester mayor says he'll stand for the role after winning the Makerfield by-election.
Keir Starmer delivered an emotional speech outside Number 10, paying tribute to his wife and to his children and saying that he's heard the message of his colleagues. Elias Clure is outside Downing Street for us this morning. G'day, Elias. Now, just take us through what happened overnight, because I think a lot of people will be waking up thinking, goodness me, another tumultuous day in British politics.
Certainly was tumultuous, James. Good morning to you both. It all started here on Downing Street when Sir Keir Starmer made his way out to a lectern. A number of his staff were standing just behind where I am right now. They were clapping, applauding him. They knew that this was the end, and certainly Sir Keir Starmer, during that 5-minute speech, acknowledged that his party no longer had confidence in him and that he would be resigning. Now, just hours later, the man poised to take his job, Andy Burnham, made his way from Manchester, where he was the former mayor, down to London, where he was sworn in as the MP for Makerfield. Now, your viewers might remember that last week he won a by-election there, which is up in the north of England, and he essentially stood in that seat because he wanted to challenge the Prime Minister. Now, he is now in the Parliament and is ready to stand for the leadership. But let's get back to Sir Keir Starmer, because we heard from him, I guess we saw a side of him that we haven't really seen in the 2 years he's been Prime Minister, and that's emotion.
And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy.
That is the British Prime Minister Keir Starmer speaking there. It's a brutal industry, politics, isn't it, Elias? Now, the caravan in Westminster has already moved on, though. A lot of focus on Andy Burnham. What do we know about him? And I guess the really big question is anyone going to try to challenge him?
Certainly is the big question, James. Well, Andy Burnham, he's a 56-year-old father of 3, hails from the north of England, Cambridge educated. He's the former mayor of Manchester, but before that he was in the UK Parliament. He left to take up that job as mayor. He's extremely popular, seen as one of Labor's most popular politicians. He's on the left of the party, describes himself as a socialist. Now, in terms of who will challenge him, well, his most likely rival, Wes Streeting, the former Health Secretary, has announced that he will not challenge for the leadership. And that's significant because he comes from an opposing faction to Andy Burnham. So he's out of the picture. Then the other people that were sort of touted as potential prime ministers, they're all seen as political allies of Andy Burnham. So this could be a coronation rather than a contest. And certainly all eyes will be on Andy Burnham because he's been a popular figure locally in and around Manchester, but his vision for the country, no one really knows what that is. And certainly there are many issues facing Britain, not least the fact that people here are sick of politicians. Many people here are sick of politicians, don't trust them, and the two-party system here, the well-entrenched two-party system here, is crumbling.